Hi, my name is Ken Schwartz of Precise Sharpening, and today we're going to go a little bit further on this Moritaka that we've already taken through a number of steps with natural stones. This particular stone that we're going to use next, the last stone was a Tajima stone, and now we're going to be using a Meara stone. This stone is considered a polishing stone. The Meara, the ara part meaning coarse, refers to it being a coarse stone. However, it's a coarse polishing stone, so it's and it's really not all that coarse. So we're going to start in on it. It's a fairly hard stone, and unlike the ones before this, I haven't soaked this stone, but we're just going to be using the surface rather than soaking the whole stone. And not have that much water on it to begin with. You'll see it doesn't really soak in a lot of water. So let's get this going. It's a pretty heavy stone, as you can see, and let's get going with this. I do find that the length isn't a problem. It's a little shorter than some of the other ones, but the width is a definite plus. Gets things done a little bit faster. And I have used something close to a Tomo Nagora, a Yaganoshima Asagi on here, and use that to develop some of the initial slurry. But here we're going to just go with just the stone itself. And so you can start to see a little bit of the mud starting to build. It's obviously not as muddy as some of the earlier stones that we've used in this series so far. And I don't know if it's showing very well in the photograph, but there is a very fine mud starting to build. Let's see how it's coming along so far. Very nice contrast. Nice smooth finish. Let's go a little bit longer, and then we'll compare the two sides from the previous stone and from this stone. Okay, it's quite sharp. how well you can see the finish on here. Right there. And if we compare and contrast this finish, let me rinse it off as well. You can see what that looks like. And so if we compare it to the finish on the back side, a little finer finish than before. You can see that the Hagani or coarse steel, the scratches are a little smaller. The haze is a little finer, and it's quite sharp. We'll do the back side a little as well. Now, the reason that you see the stone look somewhat dry and not have that much water on at this point is that because the mud is releasing so slowly, I want to maximize the concentration of the mud. And one way to do that is to minimize the amount of water that's being used. You can see it's sort of a fine gray cloudy mud on there. Start seeing a little bit of thickness. Again, this is a stone that one could use a Tomo Nagora on, or other Nagoras as well, but it still does quite well on its own without one. You just have to be a little bit more patient in its use if you do it this way. You can hear it ever so slightly. Since it is such a slow-wearing stone, this is a stone that you'll have perhaps for a lifetime, perhaps not, but certainly for a very long period of time. So let's give it an initial testing. I will make the comment that when you're testing and cutting some paper, it's a worthwhile thing to make sure that your knife is quite dry. I use these microfiber towels, and they work quite well. It's a trick I've taught a number of people, and it gives you a good sense of what the edge is like. So take a sheet of paper and let's see how well this cuts. Pretty effortlessly. Let's see, straight down. Very nice. Pretty effortless cuts. Even out to here. Very nice edge. Combination of the Meara stone with this Aogami Super Steel is a very nice combination. And I do find in general that the Meara stone works well with an extremely wide variety of steels. I've used it on M390, I've used it on CPM M4, other steels with a lot of vanadium in there. Again, very versatile stone. Thank you again. Appreciate the time you spent taking a look at this. And this is Ken Schwartz from Precise Sharpening. Thank you again.